live stream is to like pinpoint like where I started. Even though I started like yesterday and the day before and the day before, which I have pinpointed other places as I was going along for the most part, kind of sort of. Okay, I have another project that I started yesterday that I hadn't pinned yet. I mean, I have, yeah, I have, but yeah, more to come on that. So really, more to come. Um, I'll be sharing my yarn label information as far as like the ounces and the yardage and the weight. Those are my like main focus for my yarn. Did I say the ounces? If I didn't say ounces, I meant ounces. Ounces. Oh, okay. Make sure I'm audible. Ounces, yardage, weight. So yeah, I took a photo of it yesterday. I didn't post it yesterday. I just posted like words saying that I had started it. Today I'll probably post the picture of the label. Also Crochet Diddy is in the works. I'm seeing if I would like to add some music to it versus me going a cappella. We'll see how that goes. I might add some percussions. So as far as the projects go, the most recent one I just started yesterday was is the 2 granny square cardigan. Which I saw a picture, I saw, yeah, a tutorial on some like shorts or reels. And I shared a couple of them. Because I am intrigued with that cardigan. So yeah, I tried to find some other videos, like some other people that had made the same cardigan. So far, nobody has made the same thing as this other person. Yeah, because I tried to look it up, but I hadn't found any other tutorials on how to make a cardigan out of 2 granny squares. The ones that are coming up are hexagon cardigans, and I'm not trying to make a hexagon cardigan. I'm just trying. I just would like to make a 2 granny square cardigan. Squares, not hexagons, not hexagons, squares. So yeah, and then I just saw a cardigan made with 1 granny square, and I'm like, okay, like I'm not really interested. I've already started on this one. I got my heart set on making this 2 granny square cardigan because I like the way it looked. I like the way it's looking. But it's like that okay, I can make this in 2 squares. Okay, I can make this in 1 square. But really, the 1 square is kind of like the same concept as the 2 squares. It's just 1 square, but it's the same concept. Uh, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and rock with this 2 square cardigan tutorial, even if I gotta look at this post to figure it out. This reel, it's a reel. She got it. It's it's real long. The way she was able to edit it and put everything in there. She has multiple posts showing how to make this cardigan. So yeah, if that's my only reference, which is actually looking like at the moment. That's why I was looking for some other references so I could have like a bigger reference. Um, Maybe it's the same as a hexagon cardigan. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, you make the 2 squares, and then she goes around the one square again, and then like connect it with the other square. And so I don't know if you do that with the hexagon cardigan. I might just have to look at a hexagon cardigan to see a hexagon cardigan pat tutorial to see if they're similar or the same. I don't know. If I don't find the exact 2 square cardigan tutorial. But I try and look it up specifically 2 granny square cardigan, but like just a bunch of cardigans made with multiple numbers of granny squares come up at the moment, or sweaters that are made with granny squares come up, hexagon cardigans come up. Yeah, so hexagon cardigans might be the closest thing to this. I started that yesterday or last night. Um, the day before I started my, I actually made a update on the community tab about starting this cardigan with the 2 squares, as well as the sweater that I'm making. Okay, now the sweater that I'm making is my own pattern. What? Yes, I'm coming up with a pattern. I've come up with a pattern. I've written it down. I've written down the panel part. I'm making it in panels. At least I'm making it in at least 2 panels so far. I don't know if I'm gonna do the sleeve panels or if I'm gonna work up the sleeve. I might do the sleeve panel or I might work up the sleeve. So we'll see. We'll see. But I do know that I'm making 2 panels for the front and the back, and I've already started on it. And I did post about that already on the community tab and several other places. So do check that out. And I wouldn't mind like continuing like the process. But yeah, right now they're all being worked up at the moment. They're all in their beginner stages. So that's where I wanted them actually to go ahead and be in the beginning stages of these projects. And write down the pattern. I was like, I guess I could go ahead and write down the pattern before I finish crocheting the project. And I'm like, yeah, because I already know that information. So yeah, I went on ahead and wrote that pattern down. Yes. Yes, yes. Um Back to the hexagon, to the granny square cardigan. With the granny square, there are so many different variations of granny squares that I kind of was thinking if I needed to go with the one that was in the tutorial for the cardigan. But I really didn't feel like looking up that thing. I wanted to make what I knew. So I made because basically, essentially, the tutorial says work up 2 granny squares. And basically, you work those granny squares up how you want to work them up. You work them up, and it probably can go with any square. You probably could do this. You probably could run with this pattern because that's just like the basic outlines. You probably can be, be so creative and um, do variations of your granny square. The granny square, my brain has uh, muscle memoried is the I could have done a magic circle because I did learn how to do that, but I didn't care for the tail that you gotta make sure you knot it in. Um, so I went with the four um, chain, the 4 chain starter. And then I looked up other people's granny squares. Like I was looking up. Now I did see one person talk about making a granny square, 2 granny square cardigans, but they didn't go the whole route as to the post that I'm interested in. They just went with 2 granny squares and then they connected them. So I started looking at that video, but that granny square wasn't what I'm familiar with. So I chose to rock with what I wanted to do, which is like 2 spaces for the corner, 2 chains for the corner. And I could either go with one chain between spaces or no chains. And I went with no chains this go round. And I'm trying to see if that's what I would like to do. So far it's looking cute with no chains. In between clusters. So yeah, that's what's going on. So really, when you're crocheting, you got all these varieties, and that you get to choose from. You get to pick and choose the things you like and what and and go with that. So that's what I've been doing with my crocheting. Whenever the moment inserts itself is choosing what I would like to create. So yeah, that's why I went with the two chains for the corner. Sometimes granny squares are done with the 3 chains in the corner. Um, the tutorial I was looking at for the granny square, the 2 granny square cardigan, which isn't the same one that I'm interested in. That granny square called for 1 chain in the corner. So I was looking, I was like, would I like to do that? But I wasn't familiar with that, so I was like, I wanted to do the one I wanted to do. I was ready to do the 2 chains in the corner. So yeah, during different projects, you can switch it up and see which ones you like after, working with it. You work with the patterns that you like and build your build your build what you like. See what you like. Do the different types if that's what you choose, and go from there. But yeah, I really wanted to do a granny square from memory because I don't necessarily have a book on how to do a granny square, like a regular granny square that everybody does. I don't think I got one book out of the books that I have. Oh wait, I'm thinking as I'm talking. I'm thinking as I'm speaking. I'm thinking as I'm speaking. I might have like a booklet that has 2 different variations of granny squares. Yeah. I got 2 booklets that have. I really could not think what I had because I was thinking about this yesterday, and I would have pulled out the booklet and went with that pattern. But see, that's probably why I didn't think about it, because I needed to rock with my own pattern. But yeah, I do have like a booklet, like one of those books that say I taught myself to crochet. I got one of those books that have like 2 variations in there. But yeah, I really wanted to just be able to flow with it, like go with the granny square that I know. And I kind of was like, okay, which one do I know? Because there's a few of them out there now. Like I said, it's several ways of how to make a granny square. And I know the one where you start at the begin. Okay, so there's one where you start it how you want it to end. So at the end you just join it. I didn't do that one. I have done that one, but I don't, that's not my default one. My default one is, this is the one that I chose, is the one that starts at the beginning, and then at the end you gotta finish it before you join it. That's my default one. Yeah, that's my default one at the moment. Um, but yeah, there's, like I said, there's one that you start it how you're gonna end it. So then that way you just join it, which is like adding whatever space it is. You add it at the beginning and then you just have to join it. I didn't do that one. Um, if you could understand what I'm saying. Yeah, but yeah, I just like, my default one is I'm ready to start it, and then I had to remember to finish it because I actually joined it before I did the finishing chain, or the 2 finishing chains, or however many it is in the pattern. And then I was like, oh yeah, I gotta take that out because I didn't start it how I wanted it to finish, so I gotta finish it at the end before I join it. Yeah. So Did that and realized that this yarn that I'm working with does not like to be taken loose. It does not like to be unraveled. Like it does not like to be frog. And I'm like, oh, excuse me, pardon me. I'm gonna have to like do my best not to have to frog this thing. My this yarn that I'm working right with got very agitated. It was holding on. It was like, this project is gonna get done. What are you doing? Why did you taking me a loose? And I was like, because I didn't do the last step. I need to do the last step. Boy, it was really holding on, boy. So I ain't know, like I really had to like untie it, like it had got stuck like that, like I had tied it or something, but I didn't. It was just the stitches, and I'm guessing it's the yarn. It feels like a very soft, fluffy, silky feeling yarn. There's buoyancy to the yarn, and it feels like if you pull it too tight, you're pulling it and you're taking away the texture of it, the bounciness. Um, I am working with a 6.5. It's a K with this yarn. But I'm also kind of crocheting a little tight, a little bit. Like I'm trying to crochet just enough for the yarn to keep its buoyancy. But yeah, I am crocheting a little tight. I'm not crocheting so loose. So yeah, it is a little tight and it is curling up. So yeah, that's how I'm crocheting at the moment. I don't know if it's curling as well because I didn't do the space chains. But yeah. So that's what yeah, I'm not crocheting too loose at the moment. It's quite stiff at the moment. Um Hello to everyone in the chat if anybody's here. Thumbs up and thank you for joining the live stream and subscribe if you hadn't already. There's much to explore in the community tab and in the videos and shorts and platforms. Let me see. He's all rocking with me. All right. So thank you so much for showing your support. um, so with my pattern, I'm uh, um, I'm working with a lot of things, a lot of skills that I've learned, that I've seen. I'm like taking parts from here, taking parts from there, and I'm put them together. He's alive. That really sounds a bit Frankensteinish. Taking parts from here, taking parts from there. Taking what I know from this tutorial, putting it in some other. I'm utilizing things that I've looked up and bringing it together and making my own pattern with it. The cuff part. Uh, if you didn't know, I'll share it again. Last summer, I was working on a crochet, uh, a patchwork cardigan, crochet along, and that pattern called for a cuff. And instead of working the cuff the way the pattern did, I knitted it. Um, this year, I've given myself space and opportunity to grasp the concept of working the cuff, and I did it! Yay! I did it! I did it! I did it! Yeah, bonus emote! I did it! Oh, I worked the crochet cuff. Yeah, I did it. It might be good to like listen to like different people crocheting. It's worked for me. I listen to people in different languages crochet. I listen to women. Okay, as far as like tutorials, I listen to all everybody. I listen to all kinds of people when it comes to tutorial. I listen to different languages. I listen to women tutorials in different languages, tutorials from men, and I think that really does help me grasp what skill I need. So with making the cuff last year, um, the 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 crochet along um, and tutorial um, was like an introduction. It was an introduction to making a cuff without being connected to the sleeve already. Now, this year I reminded myself, hey, like, you've made this cuff before. It wasn't in this manner. It was connected to the sleeve. So I'm like, oh yeah, I have made cuffs before. It just was connected. I had it connected already, and I worked it out, and I connected it to the sleeve. Um, this this the way I'm working the panel is I'm starting with the panel first. Well, the bottom of the panel would be the cuff, and then I'm working it up. So I'm going to connect it. The tutorial, the project I was working on last summer, was where you made the cuff and then you sewed the cuff on. Yeah, I think that's how that pattern went. So it's like many different ways to doing something. Like it's so cool to see how different things can be worked up. That way, you and you, I don't know, just to know that there's different ways of doing things is great. So yeah, I just pointed out like 3 different ways on how to make a cup. This year I'm working on working the cuff up, working my work up from the cup. Yeah, and then I'll revisit how to work the cup or making up the cup and then sewing it on. I'll revisit that um, at a later date. Uh, I've already worked up the cuff with it connected. I did that really kind of no hesitation, no doubt about it. Uh, and I think it depends on the teacher too. Like no matter how much I love the teacher that's teaching, I guess at the moment I just okay. So present moment. Let's bring it back to the present. Present moment. I got it. I got it. I got it. Hey, I'm making a cup. I'm making a cup. I'm making a cup. I'm like 13 rows in now. So, literally, it's been a year. So yeah, I gave myself the chance and space to figure it out, and I did it. Got my cuff worked up on. Well, working it up. I got a lot to go on that one. But yeah, I knew I didn't give myself the time, space, and opportunity I needed to figure it out last year. So yeah, um, I knew that's all I needed was the time, space, and opportunity to allow myself to figure out how to work up the cuff and that I could get it. So yeah, that's what happened. I did it. And I think it might have helped that my yarn was stiff as a board. Uh, the yarn that I'm using, that I'm working with this year, this summer, is so stiff. It's not even flimsy to hold. It wasn't even flimsy to start it. I'm thinking that might have played a part in holding it. I don't know though, but I noticed that my yarn was stiff, so I was like, it seems easy. It seems it seems like uh my back loop only row was easier with the stiff yarn than it was with flexible yarn last year. Um, I was yeah, because I was able to hold this one like by the second row, third row. It was not flimsy. Now it could be that also that I've been crocheting for like a whole year straight. No time off. So I may have gathered a few skills here and there that that aided in me working up this cuff so grandiose like I did this year. Yeah, that could be. Oh my goodness. That might have a little something to do with it. Like I've been working on my crochet skills for a minute now. If you consider a year to be a minute. I've been working on this crochet skills since even before that, but I mean like from last May to this May, I've been crocheting consistently from last May to this May. So May 5th, I joined the crochet along. And this May, I had my own projects. Like last May, I was like, la 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 la. Really, I wasn't crocheting nothing. And then I seen that crochet along, and I was like, sure, yeah, I'll join it. And I joined it because it was with a, uh, uh, it was a crochet patchwork. And I like that pattern. I like the colors of the yarns of both color schemes. I love it, love it, love it. That's why I joined it. Um, but yeah, since then I've been out to the races, as they say. And yeah, but this May I had my own projects. I was like, oh yeah, last May I joined the crochet along. Maybe I should look for a crochet along. And then I looked around and I already had some crochet in my hand, and I was like, well, last year I didn't have any crochet in my hand. This year I got my own crochet plans. I got my own crochet plans this year, which is working up my crochet sweater concept. Uh, that's a big one for me. I don't know. I just feel like my evolution of learning to crochet uh, would evolve into making a pattern. I've seen so many crocheters, and I've seen them in their crochet pattern making mode to where I'm like, okay, that's the evolution of a crocheter is and now you make a pattern. Um, but yeah, especially for me, I'm making a pattern um, of a sweater that I seen, and I would like. So yeah, that's the connection with my pattern making for me. And I seen somebody that had a similar pattern, and I I don't know. They didn't do it exactly, and it's not exactly the same pattern. So, uh, but yeah, it was similar. It was similar. But that one is a pattern. But yeah, whatever. I was just like, let me get my concept out. Let me start on my stuff because I was looking to see I could, uh, um, if anybody had utilized this pattern, which they probably have. I don't know though, but you can work it up in so many different ways to where you change up one thing and then it's different. and I'm going. I'm I'm doing what I think I know to do. I'm doing what how I think it's supposed to go, and then I'm gonna check. I'm gonna check up on it. So right now I got it started. I got it written down. So those are the two things I thought were prevalent to start it and to write it down. And yeah, then I'm gonna look more into making a pattern. But I think I'm doing it. I think I got it. I think. Is that it? If you know about writing patterns, let me know if there's more to it than working it up and writing it down. Cause your girl is there. Like we doing this. And it's so cool. It's so cool because I was like I don't know about me making sweaters because I did want to make the granny square, the granny cluster sweater, but how it starts, um, how it starts. I don't the pattern that I'm trying to follow doesn't make it big enough for my head. So I just thought it was over for that. But with what I'm learning, I may be able to make re-engineer the pattern to where it fits me. And I've tried to do it before, but yeah, it's mathematics. I gotta. It's really just mathematics. So yeah, if I go back to that pattern with what I know now, I could adjust that pattern to fit me. That's so cool. That is so cool. Like, uh, or and I could make that sweater in a different way. I could make it in a panel and then put the panels together, and then that way the head opening is big enough for my head. So it's not so close to my neck how the other pattern is. But yeah. So yeah, this panel pattern got me in my sweater mode, man. Uh the star sweater. The star sweater. Uh the star sweater started it. Say that 5 times fast. I am working on my star uh sweater. I do only have one skein of yarn though, so I don't know exactly how far that's gonna get me. Um, but we're gonna work it up and see where that gets me and go from there. I'm thinking I'm gonna need some more skeins for that one to be an entire sweater. I definitely would need some more skeins. Uh, yeah. So we're gonna see. I might have to get creative with this one. and fix the mistakes. If I did make a mistake, I don't know. I'm gonna have to refer back to the tutorial because I don't know if I made a mistake or not. What I did do though was I seen up my sweaters in a different way than the tutorial said to do. Now that's what I did. The tutorial only called for me to do like uh, a stitch closure, but I didn't do a stitch closure. I did a chain stitch closure. So that's probably why mine doesn't look like the tutorial because I didn't follow the tutorial. I'm over here like, why mine don't look like it? Because I veered off the tutorial. That's why. Oh, yeah. So maybe if I follow the tutorial, then I'll get the results I'm looking for. Um, um, yeah, so that's where I'm at with my projects. Let me know where you are with your projects. I do have lessons available for crocheting. Lessons meaning stitch guides. Let me know if you want any more of that. I've been thinking about, I do have another way I can make it. I just have to put it together. But right now it's in a guide form, PDF download. HD, I think, high definition. I share a pattern on how to make a simple square. And you can make a cardigan with that thing. Oh my goodness. You can make so much with that simple square pattern. You can make a bunch of simple squares, like following that exact pattern, or you can make it bigger or smaller. You can do so much with that. You can make several different patches or several different size, and you can make different things with it. You can make skirts with it. You can make jackets with it. You can make sweaters with it. Just by that square alone, like it's so much you guys can do. You can make a hats with it, and just think like patchwork. If you want to do different colors, it could look like patchwork. If you do the same colors, then it'll be flawless. I mean, patchwork is flawless too, but it looks like different squares when you do different colors. But you can do solid colors with different squares and no one would be the wiser. um, but yeah, you can do all kinds of things. Let me see your works and what you're coming up with these resources. But yeah, you can extend the chain and make bigger uh, patterns. You can get creative. That's what I'm saying. You can get creative. Uh, so yeah, all of that is available. Loop, 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 loom knitting. Bind off instructions are available. I've made them available. How to knit tutorials are available, US and continental. Um, crochet videos. I have a crochet playlist showing me doing the different stitches. Um, crochet companion live streams if you would like some company when you're crocheting or knitting or painting or weaving, whatever you're doing. I have tutorials that you can play so that you can have company while you do that if you so choose to do so. If there's anything else, let me know. So far, I think I've acquiesced at everyone's request. I think that was all that was asked of me, was to teach you guys how to crochet. I don't think anybody asked for knitting, but I gave it to you. um, because I like knitting. I like knitting. I actually started knitting. Well, I can't even say that. Whatever. I like knitting, so I enjoyed making those tutorials. I have a knitting tutorial playlist for entertainment purposes, as well as if you can follow along and learn it, fine, you know. But yeah, educational and entertainment purposes. Um, so yeah, you can watch it and be entertained. I really had fun making those tutorials. There's a tutorial package available. Um, for knitting. I had fun making the crochet items as well. The crochet resources. I had fun making those. Um, and that's why I'm sitting here making a pattern, Lord. I was like, ooh, okay, pattern. But I kind of was already like researching how to make a pattern already. Like I had been researching how to make a pattern for a while now. Yeah. So here goes. I'm making a pattern. I wrote it down, and I guess now, yeah, I just work it up. And I was thinking, what do I give you? Do I um take a picture of every step or not? Oh, back to making the cuff. I wanted to make a point of listening to different people, listening to a variation of people. They basically saying the same thing, but maybe somebody you like, it doesn't click for you, but like another person it does click for you. And I think it got something to do with like the person's enthusiasm when they showing you how to do something. I don't know. Maybe it might be a combination of enthusiasm, your yarn being stiff. I don't, and the way you feel about it. Um, so yeah, this most recent tutorial I'm watching with how to make this cuff, the person was like, yeah, this is my first time making this sweater. And now she's sitting there making a tutorial on how to make the sweater. I'm like, wow. Like, do you know how big of a deal this is? And she just taking the yarn and she's like, yeah, do it like this. And it's like I don't know if she's done tutorials before, but she said that she had made that sweater for the first time. So I don't know if that was her first tutorial, but I'm looking at her tutorial like, wow. But yeah, she just went on ahead. She didn't, uh, there was no hesitation. Like, it was easy to follow. But like I said, I think it was because my yarn was stiff too. Because I had kind of unraveled my yarn, like I had pulled it and some stitches came out. And like where I had put the stitches, that it was like standing up. So I was like, oh, this gonna be easy to figure out where my stitches go back at. So, but yeah, um, but yeah, last year I just didn't give myself the space and opportunity to work up that skill like I did this year, and I did it. It's just like easy peasy, just this how you do it, this how it's done, let's go. And I did it, and yeah, it's on the way now. Like, it's easy. It's easy. Like, and even the tutorial I saw last year, she was like, yeah, once you get it started, it's easy because you got it works up. Um, so yeah, I got past the starting part, and man, we on our way. like, like, that's all you gotta do is get past the starting part. You gotta step on them lily pads, and it's just really about stitch placement when you're starting a cuff. And like I said, uh, I had to remind myself that I have made cuffs, and I was like, you know what? I have made cuffs, didn't I? I made several cuffs. It just was in a different way, so it did feel different. But I was like, but really, it's not. It's just I was just making it seem different, but really, it's not. But whatever, we got it going on now. It's just a bit of self-observation there. Um, I do have out my Killer Clowns from Outer Space themed cardigan so that I can tie up the yarn ends, my color changes that I made on the sleeves. I got some of those ends that I need to tie up. So I'll be doing that probably soon. Probably sooner than later. Probably sooner than later. Cause I got these rows. I need to go ahead and tie these color changes because I didn't do them when I crocheted the cardigan. I figured I'd do it later. So now later is here. So I'll sew those. I'll do that, and then I have the buttons to put on my other cardigan. So that is coming up. I got some stars in the works that I already started up, and a Doctor Who scarf I started knitting up, and a kaleidoscope throw blanket that I would like to get back to, and a Sally scarf. It's not called a Sally scarf though. I call it a Sally scarf. It's a ragdoll scarf that I wouldn't mind finishing up. There's several ragdoll items that I have on my list to do. That is a cute pattern. I love the combo, the color combinations of Sally the ragdoll, and she has several items. She has like a heart blanket. That's on my list. There's several things of hers that's real cute. Um, yeah, I started on a scarf of hers. Also a halter top that I started last summer? No, Halloween. I was working on it in October. I hadn't finished that. I was working on the border I was trying to work up the sleeves. I hadn't worked up the sleeves. I was trying to figure out a sleeve combination. And the sleeves are in a thinner yarn in a size 3, and the tank or the halter is in a size 4 yarn. So, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I gotta work up some sleeves for that. I was trying to work up some unique sleeves, but that's where I ended that at. But yeah, it was supposed to be easy peasy and done, but I got stuck on making the sleeve. The not the sleeves, the straps. The straps. Um, Maybe I'll refer back to the tutorial and see how they made their straps. If they showed it, I'll go back and see. Because I probably was being creative and trying to make up my own or do a different pattern for the sleeves instead of following the tutorial. I really was doing that last summer. If I was feeling like, oh, let me be creative, I went for it because crafts is where you can do that at. You can be creative and do different things with your crafts. I also have some ears that I need to sew on some hats. I got some cat ears, some bear ears, some fox ears. Yeah, I got some ears I need to sew on some hats. So yeah, it's a lot. Quite a bit. Quite a bit in production over here. We got production going on over here. I did stack my totes. I did mention that in the live stream. I didn't know, like, I had mentioned changing up how I had my yarn totes. So yeah, today, oh no, yesterday I changed up my yarn totes, and I was able to get the yarn that I started on the 2 granny square cardigan with, because it was up under like something else or whatever. So yeah, got that straightened up and looking beautified. Wood. Working with my Clover or More for my sweater and my star. I switched it out. I stopped using my working with my sugar daddy, and I'm working with my Clover more, hoping that it is helping my hand better. With the 2 granny square cardigan, I'm working with Susan Bates. Yeah, 6.5 Susan Bates. Clover Moore is a 5. I'm liking my Susan Bates. I don't know. Do y'all want to use my 5 Susan Bates for my stock? I think I'm gonna stay with Clover more though. I'm gonna say, but yeah, like the grip on like the hold on my sugar daddy crochet hook, like it's too slim for me. That's why I went with the Clover more. So I'm thinking the Clover more gonna give me some more thickness to hold on to. Um, let's see. So far, that's how it's going. Those are the hooks that I'm working with. And I'm utilizing my row counters. Cause I had started my sweater without my row counter, and I was like, yeah, how am I about to figure out how to what row I'm on? So I did my best to count these little back and forth rows, and I'm utilizing my handy dandy row counter uh, to clock every row as I go now. Because I almost thought I had to look it up, because I've done that before, like how to count rows. Because I'm like, I when I first did this, I was like, how do you count them? Like, because they blend together. So I had looked up how to count rows, and then I took pictures of it and showed them to crocheters and asked them how to count the rows. I was like, how many rows y'all see? Because I'm like, I guess I gotta figure it out. So yeah, I figured out how to count the rows. I'm like, okay, one, two. I think there's two, three, and I just figured it out like that. And I did that several times till I got the same number consistently. After I get the same number consistently in a row, I counted again to see if I get the same number. Because sometimes I get a different number. And then I counted again. And then if I get the same number that I got before I got the wrong number, then I'll go with that one. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go with that number. I count it again till I get it consistently enough times to be like, okay, that must be the row I'm on. That must be the amount of numbers I'm on. Amount of rows that I'm worked up with the cuff row, because the cuff row does like a wavy type thing, like a staircase type thing. So I turn it front to back to look and see how many rows it is. Trying to figure out how to count the rows. Multiple stitch counters. Get multiple stitch counters if you need it. Because right now I'm working with three, technically two row counters, one stitch counter, but three counters altogether. Two row counters, stitch counters go with one project because I'm counting one for rows, one for stitches, and then the other row counter, the other counter I'm using, I'm counting the rows. And I am so glad I got these stitch counters. I'm like, phew, but I could use some more stitch counters. Like, what? I'm using. I'm in business. I must mean business. using stitch counters. When you use stitch counters, you mean business. You ain't playing. When you use the stitch counters, like, yeah, you gotta utilize your tools so that you don't have to be counting multiple times on and trying to figure out what row you on. Utilize the stitch counters. That's what I'm telling myself, right? That way you know keep track of it. Anybody waiting on Scary Movie 6 to come out? I was like, look, I'm gonna have to do something in between time in the meantime, because it's May. It's not even June yet. Like um I started reading a new book. It's one of my Kindle books I got. I started reading it. I saw an app for like Peach talking about if you got Kindle ebooks, then get this app and bop bop bop. And I went and I looked into it, but oh man, what it is? What it is? So I went into Kindle and clicked on one of my books and looked to see if assisted reading was available, and it is, because the app was talking about you could listen to an audiobook of your ebooks, and I have a lot of ebooks. Um, so if I can figure it out, what they're talking about the peach and having it be an ebook with no additional cost. If I can figure it out, then fine. But other than that, I turned on the assistive assisted reader, assistant reader, something like that. And it started reading. I was like, okay, well, I guess I don't need Peach, because some ebooks read like that, but some don't. Like some ebooks I have, it says assisted reader is not available. So with those books, I don't know if Peach would work with those or not. I looked to also see if I could send my Kindle ebooks to my uh I think it's called Play Google. Because Play Google reads uh books as well, reads ebooks as well. Uh it wouldn't go there though. My book, it only was like I could share my progress or like something like that. Like it wouldn't say open in Play Google. Like it would have, I guess it would have to be a EPUB, because those are the books that have audio in Play Google. The books that can be opened as an EPUB. And once I figured that out, I was like, okay, EPUB, okay, I see you. Because a lot of PDFs don't allow the assistant reader. But if you have the option to download, and then if it's if it's within the what's it called, the MB, the megabytes, the macrobytes, I don't know. If it's within the megabytes, then okay, so you see a book you would like. If it's in the ebook, if you have an option of PDF or ebook, Not, I did not say that right. Okay, I'm trying to say it. Me. When you're looking at books, ebooks, and you have the option to download a PDF or and whatever. If you got these two options, a PDF or EPUB, EPUB will allow audio reading, and it'll go to you can have it go to Play Google, and it'll allow audio reading. If you just download the PDF, I I don't I don't know if it'll have the audio reading. It's like sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't with the PDF. But with the EPUB, it seems like it always has the audio reading. But it has to be within the megabyte allowance. It can't be bigger than what's allowed for a book download for you to get the EPUB into the Play Google. I just not too long ago figured all of that out. About EPUBs. And Play Google. Pour them coins and throw that purse if any of this has been helpful. If you like what I'm doing and would like the support, you can do so at the coffee shop, or you can also go straight to the Venmo. I have two coffee shops just in case you have a preference. I got Cash App. I got Venmo. So your choice. I'm testing out some yarn spinner prototypes that I've made for skeins. Oh yeah, you did ask for that dress pattern, that doll dress pattern. Um, the first draft of that pattern is in the comment section of the post for the progress of the doll dress. Not the doll dress. I don't think I put the pattern on that in that comment section. I don't think I did. I don't know. But I did post it in the progress posts. I posted like several pictures of the process. And in each picture, I'm showing like a different step or a different stitch. And I have the pattern of that step in each post in the comments or in the description box. So if you follow that, you have it. You have it. If you're not following that, then you're gonna have to wait till I go back and look at it and gather it. um, that 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 doll dress that I made was of was from some skills that I had learned. Like the first doll dress I made, I followed a pattern. Then the second doll dress I made, from the skills I learned from the first doll dress, I took those skills I learned from the first doll dress and I made my own pattern. Like I just went off the cuff. I knew what I wanted. I knew I wanted it a certain way in the front and a certain way in the back, and I created it like that. And you guys was like, "How did you do that?" And I just did it, like. And then you like, well, make a pattern, and I'm like, I mean, okay, it's coming right up. Covered right up. Covered right up. Because it is, it is, it is some steps to it. Like I said, like I took the skills I learned from the pattern that I followed the first time, and it's like I just ran with it. I created my own. It didn't seem like too much of nothing when I was doing it. I mean, it was I guess it was a pretty big deal, but I guess it was a pretty big deal. Um, I shared the progress. I shared the process. Um, yeah, I just made that up, guys. Like, I just made it up. Like, and then I was figuring out like how to write it, like how to write what I did, thus making a pattern. That's making a what making a pattern is. So like now knowing what I know, taking writing a pattern, taking those skills, I'll see about making the doll dress pattern.